question is what is God doing? When we think about the world today, it's a crazy place. Your spiritual life, your own life, your family life. The Daily 320, the day after Easter. We're going to do something fun today and start a series that will be occasionally on and off on heroes in my life. Today, I want to talk about a couple that I met after Easter of 2002. We had started the church in Norman Journey Church in 2001, and on our first Easter in 2002, a young couple came in that were two doctors. And they were there, and what they didn't know is the rest of the church that they were going to would all be there too, so it's kind of embarrassing, which was never our goal, but kind of embarrassing. They said everybody ran into each other and like, oh, you're there. But so I started getting to know this couple. It's Dr. Bill Sparks, who's a chiropractor, and Dr. Donna Sparks, who's a dentist. And so Bill and I went to breakfast, and we would hang out at Panera, and the first thing he told me was, I want you to know that I probably won't stay at a church long, that I don't like to have to be one place, and I said, this is going to be different for you. And so Bill and Donna were both successful. They had the tension of two doctors working together, which is a healthy tension in having a marriage. And so we started talking about how do you form that marriage and how do you prosper in those things. And actually that's where we started coming up with the byline that we created of honoring God, building healthy relationships, and having a blast. And so our rule was that they were not allowed to deal with the healthy tension or the negative tension unless I was present. And then all the other time, they were only allowed to honor God, build healthy relationships, and have a blast. And so it was simple, and we started to get to know each other, and we started to bond, and we started to build this relationship. And, you know, on one hand, it looked like it was just us coaching and everything, but it ended up long-term becoming a friendship that would last decades. As we got to know each other, we would see each other's businesses and organizations grow and prosper and continue to move on, and their marriage would just become stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger to become a model marriage. They have two kids, Brad and Katie, two of the greatest kids that you'll ever meet. And Brad and Katie, we all love our kids. We all think they're great. And you know, and everybody's like, oh, everybody, my kid is so special. And we forget that God used everybody's babies to populate the whole earth, so we're all kind of the same. But these two kids really are special. And a few years ago, they started getting involved with an organization that Robin and I started several years ago called LoveWorks. And it was for kids that wanted to use their creativity to be entrepreneurial, to become better leaders, and really to help some kids go from good to great. Brad and Katie did that. So Bill and Donna went from a couple that had some healthy tension because of success, which some of you today in your marriages, you have healthy tension because of success. Maybe you have unhealthy tension because of success. But they took that tension, and instead of letting it rip them apart, they allowed it to bring them together in intimacy, and they learned how to honor God, build healthy relationships, and have a blast. In that, they bore fruit of two kids that are phenomenal leaders. Not only are they a part of setting the stage and setting the future for what happens in LoveWorks, but they're also creating, I don't want to spill the beans here, but they're creating things that are on the retail market now. They've been to the New York Toy Show. They've been to the Chicago Toy Fair. They're meeting with presidents of huge companies. It blows my mind. It's all E320 stuff because instead of running from the healthy tension, they embraced it, and they learned how to honor God, build healthy relationships, and have a blast. They're my heroes today because we just talked about what Easter they had yesterday and what we did for the Daily 320 Easter edition, and then they talked for 2 hours on those two questions about what we brought up about Easter. And so I want to take a moment and thank Bill and Donna first for being great, great friends. Second, for being great doctors. And I want to encourage you that if you haven't visited them, if you haven't gone to Sparks Clinic and more, go see Bill. If you want to go to the original clinic and see Dr. John Sparks, his brother, it's on Main Street in Norman. Phenomenal family, heroes in my life, learning that healthy tension can bring about healthy results when we don't run from that tension, and that we can see God do far more than we could ever imagine, guess, or request in our wildest dreams, and change our whole family tree when we run towards a healthy tension instead of running away. God bless you. Thank you, Sparks, for being great friends and great heroes. We'll see you tomorrow.